fish, now I'm swallowed. Now I'm the fool while you're breaking rules. Dangerous path that I follow. Oh, go on, just do what you do. And it hurts as I bleed for you, cry for you. Let me bleed as I bleed for you, cry for you. Let me bleed. Let me all of the pain seems to follow like a shadow, dark and cold to the touch. Am I insane not to let go? Oh, go on, just do what you do. And it hurts as I bleed for you, cry for you. Let me bleed as I bleed for you, cry for you. Let me bleed.
this particular region, of course, the SEA region. It is Fnatic versus Mineski. Since TI, Mineski have been pretty much crushing it, only losing a fair few amount of games here and there. One of the only best of threes they lost in their entire run in the past 3 months has been to Fnatic. Fnatic looking to get back on that winning track. Winner of this series will move on to the grand finals of the SEA region to get to Dota Pit. We'll see how it turns out. Thanks so much for joining us here today. My name is Mont. With me is Trent. Trent, how are you feeling about this particular best of 3, my friend?
Oh, looking forward to it. This is the matchup that everyone wants in SEA right now. I don't think there's any question about it. You got Mineski, who just stomping everyone, playing so well. And then you've got Fnatic, who everyone kind of expected to maybe come in and do that, right? There was maybe not too much hope for the old Mineski stack. Then Ice once it was officially, confirmed finally that it is indeed him playing. The hope was there a little bit more, but they had just come out way more swing. I think people thought SEA was going to be a little more hotly contested, like NA, where there's, a lot of teams jostling right near the top right now, a bunch of different teams qualifying for stuff. Instead, it was just kind of Mineski dominating right out the gates. So Fnatic hoping to try and bring a little bit of equality into the scene here today. And what would you believe it, Mata? They've banned out the IO.
Wow, shocking. I know that was a talking point for you and I in the first series, is that it pretty much had to be because of how they were playing it. DJ, of course, on the IO, absolutely destroying, saving lives, getting kills, getting BKBs, and all around just being a nuisance with the Tiny. They were able to take down building after building, and that will not be the case anymore for Fnatic. They'll have to go in a different direction. So they'll pick up the Lich. They'll also pick up the Venomancer. Some harassment here. Nyx Assassin is going to be the first overall pick for Mineski, and who will they pair along with it? What have they been playing? Where have they been playing? This Nyx Assassin is a pretty interesting question to me.
Yeah, I think we can pretty much assume the 4-roll Nyx. AA might be a big hero to look out for right now if you want to just grab it at this point. It could get banned out. It kind of depends on what your thoughts are on Necrophos, if they have any plans on picking him up through the rest of this draft. Might want to secure the AA early to keep that option open.
Yeah.
You certainly don't want your opponents to grab it up on you. Then again, is it likely Fnatic run AA and Lich? Probably not. So,
no, doubtful. That would be fun, though.
Be very icy. Maybe go for a special trio or something with the Winter Wyvern for themselves. Speaking of which, I don't know if you've gotten to see it yet, but the Wyvern's been pretty cool from Ice.
Oh, yeah?
Definitely going to be hoping to see that one. I think it lost the game. Yeah, that was the series against Fnatic.
Yeah,
they lost that 2-0.
It was the first game in that series, and Ice was in fact playing the off-lane Winter Wyvern. He built Soul Ring, Midas, Phase into Maelstrom, excuse me.
Yeah.
So
seems to be his go-to.
Interesting, to say the least. I'm kind of excited to see if they would go for that again. That's the cool thing about this roster. They could just do a wide variety of different tactics, different things. Not to say that Fnatic can't, but it's certainly going to be very interesting to see what they pick up here in the next couple of picks. Seen a lot of Visage from both of these squads, to be honest, particularly from Fnatic, which was banned out, of course. Mineski were like, we're not giving you that.
They're one of the first phases that much, just not worth the trouble.
Yeah, agreed.
But yeah, all that versatility, as you said, the Ice ban on the Enchantress now, as I guess he played it one game, and then they had Jabs playing it the other in the series that we did not get to watch.
The TNC series.
Due to the rescheduling. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like that. Jabs Enchantress. So he played it in the off lane, and they had Ice playing the Monkey King in the safe lane. Okay.
Yeah, that's the type of versatility that can really bother you if you're Fnatic, but that's not going to be the case as they banned it out. They also banned out the Nature's Prophet, Beastmaster banned on the other side for Mineski. We talked about that kind of fast-paced play from Fnatic, and obviously some of these heroes like Beastmaster, maybe even Visage, facilitate that fast-paced play that we saw, or we have been seeing from Fnatic.
Yeah, especially the Beastmaster. I think that's a really important one. If you have these heroes that can help make the Venomancer a better one-roll for Envy, then it's going to increase the likelihood that they can just like push you down super fast. Whereas if you ban out a lot of those offlaners that can actually enable the position 1 Veno, I think that way shoving Ohio onto the Veno, in my opinion, is probably the best way to go. If you can force them to do that instead, you're likely to have a better time.
Yeah, I think so.
Personally rather play against offlane Veno than safe lane Veno.
Still annoying, but I mean, it's easier to deal with for
no
sure.
matter what, the hero's obnoxious as hell.
Yeah. That's just kind of been I think that's been the overall, like, if you see Reddit too, people thinking about this patch, Necro, Veno, Viper, obnoxious heroes to deal with. I would know. And
this Dazzle pick's a little bit interesting though. Doesn't look like it's something that Mineski have been up to lately. Could possibly hint at some other possibilities. Maybe
Oscar?
that guy.
Yeah,
The
potentially.
man himself. There's a lot of magic there.
Yeah,
They didn't ban it out. Depending on what this next pick is, you might be like, ooh, is this worth it? Legion Commander, I think, would be the other big one. Thought maybe Fnatic would be thinking about it there, but that's probably a DJ Shaker, I would guess.
Yeah.
Again, we've said it a few times now, but offlane Shaker's pretty much out, at least in the competitive scene. Still pubs, but he died out pretty fast.
It's kind of crazy how some of these offlane heroes that were really popular a little while ago are just gone.
Yeah.
Kind of like Sand King to a certain extent.
Yeah, true. He's and Nyx Assassin, for that matter, as well, has also just been
They're all
completely
fours
relegated
now.
to the 4.
They're all 4s. And like,
We still have the Doom, though.
yeah, I mean, that's true. We did see it from Ohio. That is a Ohio special. He did play it in both games, and he did play it pretty well, too. We'll see if that's the case. I don't know if he really... There's not really much to go on here for maybe you to pick a Doom. Maybe if you want to... I guess you could go down that route kind of just on your own, but I'm more interested in seeing what Mineski's got to pick. We talked about the Huskar. You already have the Dazzle. Ooh.
I would think Puck here is pretty safe. Nana plays it well. Ice could just take it to the off lane. You still have possibilities for a Drow strat as well, but
it's the Mirana.
They're going to take the Mirana. So Mirana versus Veno is pretty sick because the arrows obviously go through the wards, which is pretty helpful in the way that Veno tends to position itself in the lanes. As well, the attack range outranges the wards too because it's 625 for Mirana and 600 for the Veno wards. So if you're in lane versus Venomancer, it's just free golden experience.
Yeah, exactly. Well, laning phase has gotten a bit better for Mirana, I feel like, too. I don't know, it just seems better overall, I suppose, with all the buffs that he's received, like agility gain and stuff like that. Anyway, they will pick up the Mirana. We have seen mostly Nana play it in the mid lane, going for the right-click auto attack build as per usual. And what else is there? Still got another pick here for Fnatic. Again, it's a very versatile draft with what they have now. We don't really know where everybody's going yet, other than the Lich is probably support, and Earthshaker's probably in the 4 position. So it kind of remains to be seen. Okay, well, where are we setting this Veno? How are we doing this? You talked about the Mirana matchup. Maybe they decide to send him elsewhere, force out a better matchup for Fnatic in terms of another hero. I don't know if they really want to do that, though.
It kind of puts the Venomancer in a bit of a precarious spot because it could also be safe lane Mirana, and then you wouldn't want to have the offlane Venomancer.
Yeah.
I think Faceless Void is possible. Combos up decently with the Lich. They could get another hero to help out, even just the Venomancer damage. Problems would be the Dazzle, of course. Having a save can be very frustrating for Faceless Void if you're not able to catch or focus down that hero. Maybe the Grave's just going to come out and you feel like your whole chrono gets wasted. But it is a flexible hero. It's a popular one right now.
The Envy.
Instead, we get the Envy. Yeah.
The Envy Classic. The Abadness he built into a Veil earlier, followed by... Or not Veil, Hood, excuse me. Hood into Radiance or something along those lines, which was nice.
Speaking of classics.
Yeah, yes, this is indeed a classic. This is going back in time a little bit. I'm excited to see this.
I don't think anyone ever impressed me more on Timbersaw than Ice, at least in his peak. Like in that heyday of just like him, you'd see the support, it would walk into his lane, he'd have vision of it for a fraction of a second, and he would just be on top, perfectly mastering the combo at like level 6 or something like that, and he just accelerates himself so much further by like any little punish that he can get in the lane. So didn't work out too well. They had a better game in game number 2 earlier today for Execration when they had the Timbersaw. But Ice will be looking to rep the hero a bit higher. And it's also kind of known as a pretty decent hero up against the Abaddon, which they didn't have that matchup that time, as the Abaddon was just in game 1, not game 2.
Yeah. There's some magical bursts to be sure, and some magical damage in general for the Timbersaw to be wary of, but nothing too... It's not like the bursts we saw in the other game. Obviously, it was good against the Monkey King that Envy had played for Fnatic, but there were other issues that Gabby had to deal with on the Timbersaw. So, but you're right though about Ice. I think a lot of people remember that, and and still see his Timbersaw play and probably consider it to be the pinnacle of Timbersaw play. You could say that for a lot of offlaners, to be fair, though. Like about
might
a lot
not
of
even
offlane
go to
heroes.
him. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of Dota players out there. Anyway, and Mineski have plenty of room to play it. But anyways, going forward, what do we need here still? Assuming that this is Dazzle 5, Nyx 4, Mirana 2, Timbersaw, could be in the offlane, but
I would want to match it against the Abaddon if I could. So I feel like it's a good game for the Timbersaw in that case. So I do, at least for now, think it's going to be Ice Ice Ice.
right.
And then I think the Mirana mid's fine, so they can kind of do whatever. Void's good for them, honestly.
They'll
go for the Pugna, though.
All right. That is some pressure and pushing that they could provide.
It's nice to have
like
a tower
that.
pusher to actually capitalize on the Dazzle heal here.
Yeah.
I would have liked Void maybe a little bit just for help for setup for ganks, because right now nothing's really certain. You have basically Nyx starting things off, not an easy setup for Arrow. Those
That's
kind
very
of things
true.
are a bit more difficult, but their early game pace can be a lot faster now.
They have like a couple of slows and then like Arrow and Nyx done, which is not great. So that is true. The dedicated disable isn't quite there. And because of this, Fnatic will go straight into an anti-mage, obviously for other reasons as well, but that is going to be an Ohio Abaddon, so they're going back. They're going in a different direction here.
We're mixing it up. The big quick push is now gone. Man, those are some big horns on that Abaddon mount. Jeez.
Yeah, they're giant.
That's a new one.
Almost
I haven't seen that.
Intimidatingly so. Maybe not even intimidating is the word, but
So's this Mirana mount.
it's in
Why
this
are
word.
all the mounts so scary?
well, this mount's an old school one. I've seen this before.
Goodness.
That's
Terrifying. But yeah, so the anti-mage, pretty damn good game for any mage.
Yeah, I'd
Timbersaw,
say.
Pugna. No one stand near that big green thing. It's gonna be an atomic bomb.
You're just gonna
that
get
will
destroyed.
explode. Yeah, he's out of mana. He gets mana voided. Like clear the area, run away, buy a 4-step. I don't know.
Alert.
Just get the hell out
Get
of
out
there.
of there. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be pretty fun. So it'll be the Excalibur anti-mage, so a bit different than the Tiny he was playing earlier. But again, it seems like a pretty good draft for Fnatic overall. So yeah, Envy on the Veno.
Oh, they're gonna dual lane mid with the Lich and the
Lich.
friggin'.
Lich
Are they
Am.
not gonna give it to Envy though? Come on.
They still can't. Oh.
Where's my?
No.
Oh,
He's the Abaddon now. They've switched it.
They're messing with the.
They've debated us again, my friend. They continue to do so. All right, well, I mean, we talked about. I think this is like you mentioned, this is going to be a pretty good game for Fnatic, but who knows? These two teams obviously fairly evenly matched. We saw Fnatic win the last best of 3 they played against each other. It's an interesting series for sure. We'll see if Mineski can get that win finally and get something going in their direction. But remember, this is a double M series.
Should be fun.
Yeah, I am into it.
I assume it's dual lane mid with the Lich. It's been a pretty common build lately. Oh, maybe not. What do we got in items?
They're smoking. He has Stout Shield and 1 Slipper of Agility.
Yeah, he's going mid.
Yeah, I think so.
Sure.
He does not want to take that harass. He's like, give me that Stout Shield. All right, well, we have Jabs already smoked him as well, so a lot of Mineski smoking up, trying to get some vision out. They'll drop a ward down towards the camp to get a block off. Not the one that we saw earlier, the one that you were talking about, like over here, I think it was.
Oh, yeah.
To kind of avoid this sentry. So they'll put it a little bit more further towards the right side of the camp. And that's the only ward that has been placed down as far as I can tell. They're grouping up on Fnatic's side, whether they want to keep somebody safe or move together as a team. Looks like they're starting to get a bit more.
They didn't get any wards down.
Yeah.
Did they get one dewarded? No, they're holding both.
Which is interesting.
So, one of the toughest things, like in a lot of the secret games lately, we've been seeing some of these more versatile lanes, and you never really know where someone's going, and you kind of want to try and find something like this AM mid, and you really want this matchup of, like, you do not want Abaddon versus Timbersaw. That's not going to be good for the Abaddon. At least I don't think so. So I feel like that's not going to go with what their game plan is. Anyway, they've had all these bounty hunters or these ridiculous heroes that just run in, and they're going to be able to scout the lanes right away. But right now, they're completely blind on the Radiant, so they have no way of knowing exactly what the Dire are doing.
Man.
And damn, speaking of blind, that ward, no wards to spot Jabs,
He just walked
in.
in.
Bounty room.
There could have been 5 heroes there. Obviously not, because they saw some bottom. But there could have been like 3 heroes there, and he could have just gotten maybe destroyed. I don't know. But he thought he was pretty confident. He struts in there and he steals the bounty rune from Excalibur. So it's a pretty good start. They will secure themselves 3 runes. And now we have Moon, aka Nana, going up against Excalibur in this mid lane matchup with the DJ to help out for now. So the Lich is starting elsewhere. He's up in that top lane to help out Envy on the Abaddon, which is going to make this maybe a little bit harder for Mushi and Jabs.
Yeah, and they'll just throw Fissures mid instead. Fair enough. I'm just trying to pull this lane back as much as possible.
Skill leap. Skill leap. Yeah, there you go. That's kind of unfortunate that you have to do that early, but not a huge deal, I guess. I'm going to get level 2 pretty quickly anyway.
No, she's got a much more favorable lane than her usual stuff anyway, so I'm sure she's quite fine with this situation.
That he is actually taking a fair bit of right-click damage. Regen's going to be kind of rough for Excalibur mid. We'll see what else, what other help they can give him, or if they're just going to say, this is your lane now. Meanwhile, Poison Touch onto Ohio, but Ice doesn't have really any other way of doing damage than auto attacks, which is whatever. He's getting Poison Stung. All right, well, I mean, this is settling into an interesting little dynamic with the lanes. I think the most interesting thing is top lane with Pielight being here versus Jabs and Mushi. Oh, no. That's what we were talking about earlier. No setup.
That's rough, though. Like, if you can't get the setup stun off of Decrep, that's not a good sign.
No, agreed.
Start things off. They gotta woo-saw a little bit, because a couple of those and that Lich goes down so easily.
Yeah. Calm it down. Yeah. You got other opportunities to get that
he's got the
off.
nice pull through here. Jabs. Got him.
Nice. Ooh. That is nifty.
That's the stuff you got to do when you're up against these dual lanes that are pressuring in now, or especially if it's like a Venomancer off lane. That's one of the better heroes doing it. Did he do it again?
Yeah, he did it again.
The monster.
DJ walks in. Nope. This is mine. Takes the Impale. Gets himself a nice little bounty rune.
Introducing Beyond Perfecting Makeup from Clinique. The foundation powered by concealer. Weightless meets flawless in the wave of a magic wand. Even close up for 12 spellbinding hours. All you see is skin beyond perfect. Wherever you go, Beyond Perfecting, only from Clinique.
This is great. All right, burn a bunch of his mana now.
Your mana's gone now.
And you can't afford to just waste leap either. The cooldowns, he's going to lose everything.
Yeah, no more mana left. He does not have any mana regen to work with whatsoever. And he's also pretty low on HP. He's going to have to salve probably.
He's going home.
He might just back up. Yeah, he just might go home. It looks like that's exactly going to be the case. Wow. All right. Value Illusion Rune for the AM at 3 minutes in. It's not something I would have heard said ever very often. Meanwhile, bottom lane, though, Ninja Boogie. They'll combine it to get First Blood, Poison Touch into a Timber Chain or two. Along with some auto attack damage, is more than enough to get the kill as the Veto has dropped bottom.
And he's been down there constantly on the Dazzle too. Harassing poor Ohio, not giving him an easy time, and now the Timbersaw is level 4. That time will certainly not be getting any better. 2 points in reactive armor. Life is good. Basically don't have to worry about a kill. Basically just spamming Gales.
Oh no, Gale.
It's not even that much damage.
Nah, it's level 1. No worries. And they're going to turn again. It looks like Ohio got Poison Touch. Do they dive this? He does have 10 reactive armor stacks, but Ohio jukes to the right pretty swiftly. Looking to turn on to Ninja Boogie. Meanwhile, Salve will have to come through from the Timbersaw, so Ice will just...
And the Venomancer at that rate.
Yeah. He's like, get out of here, please. Give me my last hits. Leave me alone. Who got it this time? Jabs got it again.
He did
Are
it
you
again.
kidding? Can you stop?
Again.
Jabs, can you maybe chill?
Of course, every time DJ does just come back and get his own, so it's still
he's
like
not worried.
Net gain, really.
He had to use some mana for that one, though. He had to throw up the Fissure, I think.
That's true.
So he threw up the Fissure, and Jabs still got the
even.
Impale. Jabs is a monster this game. He can hit the Impales on these heroes, but he can't hit it on the Decrypt heroes, unfortunately.
Well, to be fair, these guys are standing still for a bounty road.
I'm not giving them a fair shake.
No.
I'm just
so
being
how's
a jerk.
this game gonna progress then? We have an Anti-Mage, the last pick.
Ooh.
Supposed to be the hero to win you said game.
Man.
You see everything your opponent had, and you say, okay, this is what we can do. So that gives us a general bearing in terms of like timings and stuff for the Radiant. As for the Dire, Speed could be the name of the game. I feel like one more kill from the Timbersaw maybe, and we start building into a hood or something.
He got pretty close there. Ohio TP'd out swiftly. I mean, meanwhile, there's going to be a Fissure block, but again, it's a Marana, so not that concerned. He just jumps away. Now that's on cooldown for 23 seconds, though, so he needs to be maybe a little bit more careful. However, he does have a bottle.
Shrine.
Oh, yeah? Wow. That is...
Oh, come on, guys.
Highlight Eye, you
really?
got to... Oh, my God.
You guys aren't going to wait for
the
me?
saddest thing I've ever seen.
So rude.
It's like
Okay,
typical Pilot Eye. Getting just
the sacrifices. Oh, Ninja Boogie just runs in Ohio.
Uh-oh, that is Envy maybe in trouble. A Photic shield. He's got some stick charges. He's got a Photic in 2. Can he get it off? He cannot. I get off the blast from Mushi, which will secure the kill. And Envy flips the table, dies. 2 deaths going the way of Fnatic.
Where's your obnoxious Lich now?
Haha.
Yes.
He's mid. Nice shrine. All right, so he does have the Ring of Health on Excalibur. He's also the leading CSer at 33 and 8, working on treads into Battle Fury, as one would anticipate with an AM. There's a haste rune on Jabs, but he actually got hit by a Frostblast that did some serious damage. He'll run away, but again, he will steal the Bounty rune and then make his way all the way back up towards the north and find himself another one. He's gotten like arcanes just off these Bounty runes alone. He's rich. And they're going to go for it right with it. There's the Decrepit New Impale. That's what they're looking for. That's the amount of damage they want to find. And if they hit it, it's a serious amount. Envy is not squishy. I mean, that's a lot of damage being done to an Abaddon.
He's going to have Arcane Boots pretty soon as well on the Pugna. And then, of course, that builds into the Aether Lens. And it just keeps on going. Radiant fortifying. Must be, geez, they're getting their mid lane pushing right now, too. Yep. That's only going to get worse with the Pugna.
All right, well. All of a sudden, taking over the CS chart is going to be Ice Ice Ice. He's gotten a pretty good lane. DJ's even rotated down here and tried, but they're putting a lot of pressure on him. The Dazzle's doing a good job. Oh, that's just a Gale randomly. Ohio, I don't think he was at 4 reactive armor sacks up until like the Poison Sting started adding up, so should be fine. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Excalibur's coming in. He's got the Mana Void, not enough damage, and the leap away comes just in time. And Excalibur, he was pretty far out, but he cannot secure the kill. So we'll have to wait till the Ring of Health comes in. Meanwhile, the Shrine from Nana, they can maybe throw an arrow, try to get a kill here on Excalibur. That'd be pretty nifty.
Envy's coming in a little bit deep here. Still level 5, and they just got those Arcane Boots.
Decrep, a Photic comes out. There's the Impale to follow. The Life Drain along with the Blast came through as well. One more auto attack. The Stick Charge is there. Good Fissure. And now Jabs is blocked, and he's in trouble. The Spike Carapace will come through. Envy is pretty far forward, but he will secure the last hit and the kill as Fnatic's DJ sets up another beautiful block on that Earthshaker.
Nice. Now he gets his own Arcane Boots. Okay. Not too shabby.
Rich.
They need plays like that, though, because this Pugna's ready to start pressuring towers. Come up, throw up some Nether Blasts. Just keep everything shoved in. This game, a lot of pressure on Ohio. Trying to hold these side lanes, as well as Envy, too. He'll probably just go the same kind of build we saw before. Like Hood into maybe one small item, and then Radiance, like a Medallion or something again.
He did the same thing. Yeah, he went Medallion earlier, too. Yeah. We need a Jabs Bounty Rune counter, to be honest.
This tower is super important down bottom. Like, the longer he can hold this, the better it was going to be for them, but it looks like this might be the end of it.
This is a bait and a half.
Mushi.
This is a bait and a half. Jabs is like, I got the Impale, guys. Don't even worry. Chakram, Whirling Death, Timber Chain. The Stick Charges will not be enough to save poor Ohio and the Venomancer, and now the push and pressure starts coming in onto this tier 1 tower, as you were talking about.
Yeah, they probably don't even need Mushi, honestly. They can just use those archers and grab the wave here.
And so, just like that, CS chart starts going in favor of Mineski. Net worth chart does the same.
Oh, this is scary. back in.
Gale coming in. There's the Poison Nova. DG's going to come in. He doesn't have Echo Slam. He's only level 4. Enchant Totem following up. Ice 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 is in some trouble, but so is Ohio. He's going to fall first. There is the Grave. No TP out for Timbersaw, and he might tick down. Can they get the deny? There's the Shadow Wave to make it a little bit easier. They might just be able to keep him alive, and it looks like they can. Ice 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 is going back in. DJ, he's got the mana. He's got the cooldowns to work with now. Fissure, but Ice 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 is too far, and Pilot Eye cannot get there in time, and somehow the Timbersaw is going to walk away scot-free, or at least that's what it looks like, and it should be.
There was one point DJ stopped the Timber Chain with Enchant Totem, which was pretty crazy. Or else the Veno would have died a little bit sooner. And they probably could have killed him as well. They'd like use a couple more spells on the Venomancer instead. So saving your ally sometimes saves you. As DJ shows there, but they didn't rotate down the Pugna, so the tower gets to survive. They can hold it for a bit longer. Well, Pugna does take top though, so there you go. That's one part of him not making that rotation. Now he's gonna want to make that play, but yeah. Basically, this is like the kind of place where Venomancer can hold, right? He's really strong here with all these wards and all these TP rotations being possible, and he wants to give as much space in that mid-game to his Anti-Mage as possible. So the earlier they give up these outer towers, the harder the game's going to be for Excalibur, and for Envy, honestly, at the same time.
Right.
Like,
I mean,
we already talked about, like, there is pickoff potential as Ohio was just, I don't know if you get out of this one,
you're
buddy.
dead. Vendetta, one auto attack. They didn't even need it. They had the Whirling Death come through. But you're right. You're essentially playing 4 versus 5 at this point, maybe even less so. Or more so, rather.
Yeah. I mean, you also have a Lich, so it's more like 3v5.
Yeah, it's not great. It's not a great time. And they don't even need the Pugna for bottom, as is what it looks like. He's just going to stay top. Ice is already pressuring the tower enough as it is. Not to mention, Ohio doesn't have Plague Wards. Meanwhile, mid lane, there is going to be a Fissure, a Mana Void, and now the Grave will come through. Excalibur will try the man fight. He might need to blink away, and he will. They need one more auto attack, but the Shadow Wave comes in, and Excalibur cannot go back in. Maybe he can. He's got Blink in one. DJ coming in. Do they have Fissure? 2 seconds, and he's going to leap to the high ground. Nada should survive here. Fissure is just not in time. He's too speedy with the leap and the phase boots on top of it, so somehow the Dazzle comes there and saves the day for Ninja Boogie and Mineski.
There's a 6K lead building up on the dire side here, guys.
That seemed, God, the game we saw earlier seemed more one-sided than this game does. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like, I don't know. It's
Hasn't
hard to
like
describe.
felt that one side, but it's just building up so much over time. They have heroes that aren't clearing stacks, don't necessarily last it that well.
God.
Yeah, I mean, you've got 39 on the Abaddon, 28 on the Venomancer. He's had a pretty shit time bottom, double pressured.
Yeah, the lanes. It's just not. You've had to help your AM a little bit. DJ had to start out in the mid lane. Pilot I eventually had to rotate, so that bottom lane became a bit more tricky for Envy on Fnatic. So it sort of turned pretty sour here as the levels came through for Mineski. You're gonna see.
Since I'm still young, I don't have love from the fathers, so I feel like lack of something.
Actually, I can say love is without reason. If not for her, I wouldn't be the man I am today. Everything we went through is worth it.
Anthony is the man that I really appreciate. He gave me a goal in my life. I couldn't ask for more anyway.
有 Anthony 帮忙，我的女儿才能够顺利读大学毕业咯。就帮忙这样子，帮忙我们的家庭，我就当他是我的儿子这样子了。
Everything that he promised, he made sure he fulfilled. It took us 11 years. It is just a nice time for us to stay down and to prove the strong love to each other.
That is a tier 3 taken at 13 minutes and 42 seconds. Mineski want to put an emphatic exclamation point on this game 1, and they're doing so in style. They will back up for now. Envy running at them. He has his hood completed. Never has a hood Abaddon felt so weak before. And it just gets worse and worse. And what was once a like 5K lead, maybe 5 minutes ago, is now eclipsed to a 10K advantage for Mineski.
Yeah. This is... we talked about like the matchup in terms of the Abaddon versus the Timbersaw stuff, and yeah, that's awful, but it's not like the other lane was like a different kind of hero. It's just a Pugna instead. It's not one that you've seen traditionally.
I got that Satyr. Give me that. You gotta let him know sometimes, man. Anyway, sorry to cut you off, by the way.
No, it's just like they have an Anti-Mage on the Radiant. That is a, hard carry hero. He requires lots of stuff to do anything. Dire, they just don't have one of those heroes, right? And so there's no place where you can send this Abaddon where he can kind of feel safe farming. He has to fight against a Pugna and a Nyx Assassin top. That was pretty awful. That's not fun.
It was not great. Yeah, you're not wrong.
You don't want to do that. So you're not really getting anything there. You're not going to get anything bottom against the Timbersaw. So you have this hero that has no real catch-up mechanism in terms of farming. If you don't get a fast start with this hero, what are you going to do? He's a support. It's like running Core Venge. You just never come back.
Do you remember when we were concerned about, well, at least I was concerned about Mineski's lack of legit setup or lockdown?
Yeah.
I thought that was an issue. It clearly wasn't.
I mean, they don't need it though because they have such like good objective pushing.
Yeah, you're right.
Because there's no Like, the D push just isn't there from the Radiant yet. Eventually, it gets kind of scary when animates a couple items and there's a Blink Dagger on DJ, but maybe when Envy's tanking, they have to just run in. These don't sound like problems anytime soon, though.
No, I don't. It feels like they're speedrunning this game, and I'm saying that with only really a Pugna as like their pushing hero, maybe a Mirana. Now they have
a Timber and a Dazzle. Those guys count.
Yeah, they're jumping in. He's getting a little bit low. There's the poison of Ohio is still alive, but there's the life drain, and he has 17 wand charges. He pops the Hood of Defiance. He's just impossible to take down. My God, he doesn't need the health. Screw it. They're gonna take the melee racks. Meanwhile, top lane, Excalibur is like, please, guys, I'm doing everything I can. Jabs rotates up, gets the Impale. Excalibur has to leave. They get the Rax bottom. I mean, Mineski are making literally every right move they need to make in order to secure this game. The only thing they could possibly be doing better is killing Excalibur, which, at this point, they're already doing enough.
Time.
By that, I mean it's probably
They also have a Bloodstone and Ice, though, so Envy needs to be careful here.
Borrow time gets used pretty much instantly.
If they could kill him, that would be so good for them, but...
It's so hard. He is alone now. I mean, the thing is, if he doesn't have the Pugna, maybe he's killable. They're going to use the Chain Frost. They know he's here. Echo Slam stops him in his tracks. There's the Mana Void. He's in trouble. He does get the deny off. Oh, they were so close to grabbing that kill without the deny coming through, and they were just a little too late.
Oh, well, still fine. Got the charges down.
Ooh, swing and a miss from Jabs, but no setup again. There's going to be the ward drop down. Envy's pretty okay. They've got the Fissure coming out. Jabs will not be blocked, however. Give it a little bit more time for this anti-mage. I mean, at this point, if they recover this game, it would be incredible.
Ice Ice has baited out the AM ulti, so Pugna can't die.
Now Abaddon's dead.
Baited out that Abaddon ulti as well.
Yep.
Genius. Hey guys, you know what else they don't have? Echo Slam. And I'm back already.
I'm already here. Genius.
I thought I was feeding.
And now he's got the point. He can't even get the poison off. That's gone. He'll buy back. All right, he's got a second chance at it. It's a double kill for Ice Ice as he returns. He was at 8 Bloodstone charges a second ago. Now he's at 10. Interesting spike. Carapace comes out. Ohio gets stunned for half a second. Pilot walks up and he's like, please no. I don't even have Chain Frost. I've just used Frost Blast. Don't run at me. It's tier 3. I haven't even really talked about Nana, who's been assaulting this tower nonstop and doing some decent damage. AM is trying to cut the wave mid.
There, dude. Everything else is so much flashier. There's these Pugna blasts. We're having a rave. There's a Timbersaw dude up front.
It is a rave.
Attention to Nana back there.
Dude, there's glow sticks going on. I'm telling you.
He's doing the robot.
It's a good old time. Excalibur's like just begging for scraps at this point across the map. And that's not to say it's just a rough situation to be in. That's all it is. Envy is like getting out. Impale will come. There's the borrow time. Arrow will sail, will miss. So at least there's that. He's still fine. Timber Chain coming in, and Ice Ice Ice's combination's on point once again. He is a little far up once more. He's at the shrine. Moonlight Shadow will go, keep him alive. They have a sentry. They'll use some plague wards, but they won't chase. They just don't have the ability to do so. And he's taunting them, pretty much. Well, I suppose it's not over yet. I've said that before. I've said that before a lot today, I think.
Yeah. It's been one of those days. Oh, jeez.
Well, the manner in which this is being done is pretty impressive.
Oh, yeah. No, they look good. I wonder if what Nana's going to build here. See if he builds a real item or if he... Is that his pipe? Oh, no, that's probably Ice Ice's pipe, is it? Yeah.
He should have something. He has 2,500 gold.
Thought maybe they were just going to double pipe him or something. Honestly, I wouldn't mind that.
Man.
But They got Rax to finish off here in the mid lane.
Dude, Ohio
So Ice is in here looking for some ultis.
Ohio divided its
Where are
home.
they?
Ohio-
Show me your ultimate
He's ready
spells.
for it, actually. They have the bar
Cast
time.
them upon me.
Envy's like, all right, here we go. Now you're out of mana. Chainfrost will come through. Oh, no.
That's one ultimate
It
down.
doesn't bounce. The Atos comes out. They'll drop the Nether Blast. They've got plenty of damage on these Rex. And Ohio is doing everything he can with these Plague Wards, but it's just not enough. He's got
Hey,
Poison
got the
Nova.
Tier 2, guys.
Arrow will come through. AM successfully accomplished his mission in exchange for this Rax mid. They have the blink on the Earthshaker. If there's anything that can win them a fight, it's this. And or Excalibur pushing into Tier 3 tower on his own. But at this point, I don't know how concerned they are. They will force the TB back. They're going to jump in. Jabs gets the blink, the impale, the mana burn. But they're still going in mid right now. There's just no concern here. The Timber Chain away from Ice Ice Ice. Envy walks out. My God, that ward's annoying. Excalibur will bring it down finally. They've got the Fissure. Arrow will sail through again. Nana will get hit by, I believe, the Gale, but he's fine still. Plenty of HP. DJ will take the tip of the Chakram and then back away. And now you have 2 sets of Racks to worry about that you're missing.
Yeah, and Timber's drawing the line top. Ice Ice saying, okay, just push out top then.
My
Go
God.
up top, we'll take the shrine. Maybe we'll grab Roche if we feel like it, but we'll probably kill them all first, and that'll be the end of her.
Dude, the amount of checkpoint Dota being played is... they're going right down the list. They might have found Excalibur. The arrow won't hit, but they do get off an Ice Impale. And leave the bounty rune for the Mirana. He's at 3,200 gold. What is Nana saving for? I'm not sure.